Yo, YouTube, greetings and salutations. It is your boy, Uncle Judge. Thank you for stopping by the channel, and I'm excited that you're here. Make sure you take a second to hit that like, hit that subscribe. Thank you for continuing to rock with us, even though we had a long hiatus and Curtis is noticeably absent. And if you've been rocking with some of our more recent drops, you know that Katie Self has been coming in as our new co-host. But occasionally I'm going to rock solo, so here I am out on these YouTube streets trying to figure out what is the latest content people are interested in. And I came across this very topical Pete Davidson clip. I have not seen it. I have no idea what it's about. I am absolutely blind reacting to it, and I'm super excited because, you know, hey, I'm getting to become more of a Pete Davidson fan. I'm enjoying his sort of straight-laced narrative about stuff. Granted, he's, he wiles out a little bit, but, I think he's honest, and it's interesting, and he's got a unique sensibility on SNL. One that I didn't really appreciate at the beginning, but now I'm starting to a little bit more. And anytime you know he's about to get into some Kanye West content, you got to tune in to just see what it's all about. So without any dillying and dallying, let's get into it. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, boom.
So how's your year going? Good. I've had a really weird year. I had an AIDS scare this year. Yeah, I did, and you're like, Pete, wow, what's going on in your life? Are you sharing needles? You doing heroin? Are you having tons of unprotected sex? No, Kanye told me I had AIDS. And he's a genius, so I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, I better call my doctor. The guy who made College Dropout thinks I have AIDS.
Ooh, shots.
So I went to the doctor. I actually got checked because I was like, maybe he's right. I don't know. I was like, I don't know. So my doctor told me I don't have AIDS. I just look like I have it. So it's a completely different thing. You know what's really funny about that? AIDS is just such an old school thing. They're like, you have AIDS. It's just such a 90s, early 2000s thing to you know what I mean? John Mulaney called me and he's like, AIDS, you should spread a rumor that he has polio. Does anybody else secretly hope that Kanye pulls a Mrs. Doubtfire? I come home one day and they're like, this is the new housekeeper. And he's like, what's up, Bam? Yeah, it's a really weird thing to go through. Because people try to give you advice, but even friends that are older, they're like, I don't know. He's like, it looks pretty bad, bro. I hope. Good luck. Sorry. Here if you need. But no advice. No one was like, this is what you do. Everyone was like, oh, yeah. You staying with your mom? You in a safe spot? But people ask me weird questions. So that's the only thing I don't like. They ask you weird stuff. The other day, somebody came up to me and was like, I heard you're friends with Jack Harlow. And I am. He's a very great, talented rapper. He's a cool dude. Nice guy. So we're pals, right? And Kanye put him on his new album. Even though I've been friends with him for 2-3 years, he did it anyway. And people come up to me and they're like, how does that make you feel? Does that bother you? Does that get under your skin? And I'm like, no, he's a rapper. That's his field. That's what they do. That doesn't hurt my feelings. It would hurt my feelings if I saw Bill Burr at Sunday service. I'm like, what the fuck, Bill? He'd be like, find God, Petey, go fuck yourself. Jesus. Yeah, I don't get it. A lot of people are very angry at me. There's it's always 50-50 when I go outside. Yeah, it is. It's always 50-50. Either someone's just like, hey, man, you're really cool. That's great. Or someone's like, hey, yo, fuck you. Fuck you. Yeah, you. I always am like, can't be me.
I just, here's what I really love about stand-up comedy, man. I was out in LA for a few years, and I tried my hand at stand-up, and you just have to have a presence. You got to have this kind of, man, you give zero Fs, right? Like, you're just out there, you're just going to tell your story, you're going to be honest, you're going to own it. People really appreciate that. I think it's that sense of connection, that sense of reality. This man, and this is one of the reasons I have become more and more a fan of this guy, is because I just think that he's very, just kind of honest about everything that's happening. He's not trying to cover it up. He's not throwing shade where he doesn't need to throw shade. I mean, it's a weird thing. Like, everything Kanye's done has been strange, at least in my opinion. I know people are probably going to, get at me in the comments and, throw some hate on Pete. That's fine. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I think the interesting part is, you have one person who clearly is wrestling with a lot of identity things and in so many different ways, it seems like, in Ye. And then you've got Pete, who seems a little bit more even keel because he's just honest about who he is. He's not putting on any airs. He's not trying to be something he's not. And again, I think a lot of that kind of stuff speaks to, the way you're sort of dealing with your own life and the baggage that comes with that, right? And both of them have obviously those things. And I think they say artists in general tortured. Maybe that's where the comedy comes from, and that's where the music comes from. Who knows? All I'm saying is, I thought this was funny. I really like the Mrs. Doubtfire bit was really funny. That he's just gonna come up, "What's up, fam?" And then and then the Bill Burr thing, like, why would I be mad at him doing something in his field versus if somebody from my field was there? Yeah, that was really funny. So good job, John Mulaney bit. Always quality. Hey, if it's the first time I've done any stand-up, and would love to do more. If there's bits that you'd like me to react to, and get at me in the comments. Let me know. Maybe some underground stuff, some stuff that isn't, super mainstream, and I would love to check it out. And thank you guys for stopping by. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Thank you for rocking with the channel. We're gonna be back with more stuff soon, absolutely. And until then, I give you the little piece.
Yo, I'ma run this, kid. Shouts out to Curtis Magic and Uncle Jizz. Yeah, when I do my lyrics, dog, I'm repping for the faction. Hit them up online for the fly-ass reactions. Yeah, out to him, I be giving mad love. Yo, shout to Uncle Jizz, I'ma give you the plug.